Last month, a former Russian spy named Sergei Skripal and his daughter Yulia were poisoned in the United Kingdom. In response, more than 24 countries have kicked out over 150 Russian diplomats. This is just the latest in a series of Russians being injured or killed in mysterious ways. With his take, please welcome comedian Rory Scovel. Rory?
Thanks, Jim. The Skripals were poisoned and found unconscious on a park bench. Last week, a Russian journalist fell from a balcony. Before that, a lawyer looking into Russian money laundering also fell from a balcony. It marks a disturbing pattern, Jim. The Russians are super klutzy.
What's klutzy?
Yeah, klutzy. You know, like clumsy, 2 left feet, klutzy. From the Russian, meaning unlikely to remain breathing.
Okay. This seems like more than klutziness, Rory. 9 high-profile diplomats have died in unusual circumstances since the 2016 election. One was beaten to death right before he was supposed to talk to the US Justice Department.
Yeah, well, they say that public speaking is people's #1 fear, so to die right before that, I mean, wow, good for him, Jim. And I'm not saying he was beaten to death, but whoever beat him to death, I think did him a favor.
Well, what about the Russian agent who was in the UK and had his tea poisoned?
Well, that could happen to anyone, really. I mean, they have tea like 10 times a day. There's so much tea there, it'd be weird if some of it wasn't poisoned.
No. Surely this is Vladimir Putin attempting to silence his enemies.
Okay, wow, that's pretty rude, Jim. Vladimir Putin's not a thug, okay? And you wouldn't say that if you had met him.
You've met Vladimir Putin?
No? I'm just saying he's not out there, you know, murdering people willy-nilly, you know? He only goes after people who deserve to face the wrath of the state, like people who disagree with him or who wave hello to him with the wrong hand, or people who do agree with him, but not quite enough.
I'm just surprised. We're talking about a president ordering the assassination of his own people. To hear someone defend Putin like that.
Are you saying that I'm horny for Russia?
No, I don't think I said you were horny for Russia.
Yeah, well, guess what? I'm not. I just think that Russian spies are super interesting and they're cool, especially if you have a great cover. You can get away with anything, you know? You can just walk around dropping poison into tea and no one even notices. They're just like, hey man, loved you in the #1 comedy in America. I feel pretty. You're hilarious. Nobody suspects me, you know?
What, did you say that no one suspects you?
What's that?
You said no one suspects me.
I mean, me like in the general sense, like the royal me, you know? I'm just saying it's probably easy to be a spy if you're a likable guy who travels all over for gigs and is never in one place for too long. And if I happen to have a show in London the same night some klutzy Russian slips in the shower, falls out the window, and lands on the same knife 30 or 40 times, that doesn't make me a Russian spy, does it?
Does it?
Jim, please, okay? I didn't train for 7 years at the Vladostovak Comedy and Espionage Academy to become a famous comic just so I could hide in plain sight, okay? That would be crazy. I don't work for Russia, Jim. My life's work is being part of your capitalist American Hollywood trash.